But
Which is why she doesn't get hit when she was using the wings by wings.
If you get hit while you're flying in the air, it takes some special talent, sir.
No one chose me to.
Oh!
This is
quick.
There you go. I like that. I like that. There you go.
Drafts, ladies and gentlemen, game number 3 presented by the official service smartphone Samsung Galaxy A36 5G. And here it is, right? Harith, Suyo, this time Cho, not Hilda.
Yeah. See, so it was right. We were right about the calls. We were saying that was a Cho game, 100%. But now the Hilda gets banned out. They're going to have to think about something else in the XP. I'm thinking more Badang, right? I'm thinking Badang. Or technically, yeah, never mind. Gatot Hylos going to have a tough time against the CC. So I'm thinking more Badang.
Yeah, Badang sounds like a good idea. Against assassins like the Hayabusa as well, that Badang is it's a very deceptive kind of counter, because when you get hit, you can kind of get stuck there for quite a while. And immediately with getting the Cho, they ban away the Selena as well from Hejime, but no Badang will be allowed to them.
So Glue, next best choice for me, I think. Yeah, right? Split?
I think so.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, for who?
For GEEK.
For GEEK.
The Alter Ego can pick up Vexana. Or something. Or Faramis.
Or Faramis.
Yeah, that's why they hope that the mid gets revealed here, right? First.
Right.
Leave it.
Otherwise, GEEK will be forced to pick up one of those glue counters along with the glue, potentially. Alter Ego, if they recognize this, they can make it really difficult for GEEK fam and just right here go for the roamer pick.
Where do they want to go?
I mean, the Tigreal is still up for grabs. It's not really the best Aerith, but...
Franco,
It's a Dreams
Khalid.
pick as well, right?
Whoa.
What was that?
Whoa. That was electrifying. Maybe... Huh. They need an initiator. For Dreams.
I don't know the Tigreal, I think.
Franco, Hylos, Gatot.
Okay, now they are in the same bow, right? Who's gonna... You know what? Let's see GEEK fam. Let's see GEEK fam.
Are you gonna get an engaged mid laner? Is that the idea?
I think they should be alright with a... Yeah, I think they might want to go for like Vexana or something. They already have enough damage with Harith and Suyo. Going for a bit more utility should make sense here.
Alright. Well, now with the two picks, is it gonna be indeed the glue? Is it something else that can be tanky? That can potentially stop the dive-in coming in from Alter Ego? Oh, it's Su Shin and the glue.
Okay,
Now
so
Alter Ego
utility.
can pick up Vexana.
Yeah. I think they can just go Faramis too, by the way. Like, the Faramis could do really well against the glue. Of course, it'll force Make-Hits to never use split. And if you never split, you're just gonna get yo-yoed by CC.
Right, does it not work to the advantage of a boy on the Jushin?
Sorry?
If they're all corralling with each other in these team fights, wouldn't it favor the Jushin?
It would, but if you already deal with the front line, Moskov and Haya are just gonna go bang.
Exactly. If they go with the Faramis as well, the Chushin is kind of irrelevant. You don't really burst down the NetherRealm HP bar using the Lantern Flare,
That's
right?
true.
Then it's gonna be about protecting the Harith, whereas for Alter Ego, it's about going all in right at the Harith, possibly zone him out of his own Zaman Force. If they can do that, it's looking desperate for GEEK fam.
So what are you guys thinking here about the drafts?
I think Alter Ego have a pretty solid draft. The only thing I'm concerned with is they don't have a way to pull the trigger like they did in the previous game. They had two, Abyssal Arrow and Cho. Now it comes down to
the Shadow Stampede.
It's a react. Yeah, I guess flicker forward, Shadow Stampede. But I don't think you want to do that.
Probably not. It's a bit too aggressive here, especially against a Cho and all that. So we'll have to see. It feels like Alter Ego have damage, have aggressiveness, but now just less tools. So maybe they're the ones that are gonna be stuck playing around the neutral objective. Literally a reversal in situations.
Reverse in situations, but will it be also a reverse in the results? Ladies and gentlemen, as we get into game number 2 of this best of 3 series between GEEK fam and Alter Ego, let's head over to the land of Dawn and see if GEEK can force a game numero 3.
Possible clean sweep for Alter Ego, but GEEK fam, they got the same draft. They just altered it a bit. They altered their no.
Ah.
A little bit different. But for Alter Ego, interestingly enough, not a single flicker, man. They have other things to worry about, more so than just moving around. So that's what they go for. Looking at the emblems here, tenacity for both Hides and Dreams. More so, they need more important than the Master Assassin as well. So Hides definitely respects the damage potential coming in from GEEK, man. Oh yeah, there's a thrill. There's a Wilderness Blessing and a thrill for the Jushin for a boy. Interesting. So just more magical damage. Maybe allowing her to kind of clear a bit faster. But against a Faramis, I don't know, man. It doesn't seem like the Faramis is gonna hard shove all that aggressively.
Because Faramis doesn't clear fast either, right? He's considered quite a slow clearer, so it's very interesting. Maybe see the Wilderness Blessing, or if they want to go for more utility tenacity. So look at this.
Beloyski tanking up the Quad Shadow, well played. Gets away, Quad Shadow. Super quick from Rin. But it's really all about the roamers at this point, like for mid-clear when it comes to these heroes. Both going concussive, so both can clear pretty fast.
Looking at the items for a little bit, I mean, the boy already picks up the Jewel, so in the next fight, he's gonna be having a lot more sustain, mana, and HP, which means more lifts. So Alter Ego are gonna be forced to really get that level 4 first, because otherwise, no Netherrealm, no AOG, I don't think they'll be willing to put it in there, and they don't.
Yep. Gonna have to respect this early game for GEEK Fam. GEEK Fam have, again, a crazy amount of power in the early game, and Alter Ego, this time they understand. They're like, okay, let's respect it.
It's been a while since we saw the Faramis go up against the Glue, though. I'm really waiting for that moment. The split hit with the Ghost Bursters. The last time I remember seeing it, it just, in one spell, it took down the Glue to half HP. So it's definitely a legitimate counter. I wonder how GEEK Fam are planning to deal with that.
That's a big question. That's a big question. See rotations now coming through for GEEK once again, putting pressure onto both Hijume and Dreams, forcing Dreams to a recall actually. So we just is gonna have to be able to clear this alone. A boy being able to outrange so far. If we look at the junglers now, both still level 6. So it's still pretty equal on the board in this particular game.
That zone coming through from a boy though, just standing there while his roamer is in the area. That's why now it's a bit of a requirement to have your roamer around, because you just never really know. For Alter Ego though, it's fortunate that Rin hasn't really been invaded as much, considering the amount of control that GEEK Fam has. I mean, even Beloyski on the Cho here isn't really going too deep into the jungle. He's maintaining control just right about at that river line.
So what's the plan here? What are they waiting for? You see rotations coming in from Hijume and Rin now into the top side of the map. Oh, the range again coming from the boy. Beloyski looks for a moment, doesn't quite get it. Rin still able to get out. This might be it.
Good taunt, good poke. Really just about poke, and I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed. You know, this is kind of the normal GEEK Fam style that we've gotten accustomed to, but for Alter Ego, matching the slow style and doing not too bad is impressive.
Character development, week 4.
I mean, the gold lead is only at about 800 gold as well. I do believe that if Alter Ego can be in the right place at the right time, they're gonna try and go for this contest with highs, as well as the extra factor for GEEK Fam to kind of consider.
Again, look at the pressure down. Nino is gonna be mounted, brought back to the team. Synchro Vision. Ginevra has the Mind Force, pops it in. That's gonna be a kill. One taken already by a boy. Netherrealm comes down for Hijume, but it's an all-in dive, and Hijume will be caught. A boy gets the Crimson Beacon, and Ginevra gets the kill as Highs looks for a trade up top.
Insta 1,000 gold lead for GEEK. 2 members taken down. They pick up a turtle as well, and they're going to be able to invade the enemy jungle to boot. That's a purple buff steal. SOD doesn't land.
Doesn't land. There's a bit of scouting. Alter Ego though, I mean, the fact that Nino got pulled into the pit there was very unfortunate. He did have the vengeance because he popped it already earlier. And despite all that, Alter Ego still tried to go for something highs though.
Oh, taken down. Now the Beloyski jumping in with Way to Dragon Dreams. Actually just walks out of it.
Oh boy, out of nowhere there. GEEK Fam now seem to be, you know, on point. After getting some advantages, they go straight to the gold lane, understanding that in the late game that Moskov is gonna be a bit of a pesky issue. Look at this though. Just Beloyski doing Beloyski things.
Yeah, they're looking for a trade onto this turret. Not gonna find it just yet.
Oh.
Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we do see Nino caught in an awkward position.
Drop back to make it Soul Sever! And the Queller to snipe Nino down. Oh! A bit of spice. Make-Kid's recalling on Nino's corpse.
0-2-0 so far. Not the best of KDA coming from Nino. He's been punished over and over again. We do see the audience prediction 80% in favor of Alter Ego, but it's a 2,000 gold lead now picked up by GEEK and almost a 1,000 gold lead for Chidera in the gold lane. That's impending doom for Alter Ego.
Wow. Even right there, Rin getting zoned out. Still almost caught right there. It just feels like Hijime hasn't really been able to do much at all. He's just been passively laning. And even in these fights, he's just not really present there. Whether it's a NetherRealm or the damage output. I don't know if he's coming in the fights late. But he really has to kind of start doing more here on the map. Because on the opposite side, a boy is just kind of zoning him out.
I just can't believe we got back-to-back games where Gacha becomes the roam and Soul dude to initiate.
I think that's definitely something we weren't expecting. But now look at this. Alter Ego actually on the turtle first. Can they get it done before GEEK fam respond though?
Uh-oh, good tone from Nino. Dreams going in for the taunt as well. Gobs! 2 red trees, but it's Gobs who gets it. Chidera is on the killing spree. Malaiski! Way the dragon, bringing Nino all the way back to the rest of the team. Blade Surge used up. Shadow Kill into the waves. Rim able to deal with most of it, but the cannon is still there for GEEK fam to take a tier 1. SOD lands. Hold up. This turret is a bit tanky. Still taken down.
So much one in by GEEK there. 2 members taken down. They pick up the turtle as Gobs was able to pick it up. There is a little bit of a trade coming from Alter Ego. The fact that Heiz was able to pick up the turret in the top side. But at the end of the day, it's actually sparked the economy of GEEK quite a bit, right? Earlier on, 2,000 gold lead. Now almost at 4,000. And this is not the same effect that we saw from Alter Ego in that first game. Is that going to be traded back, that tower? Well, then that neutralizes the trade that Alter Ego was able to pick up.
Oh. On over, Beloyski looking for a kick. Way the dragon will be able to lock him down now. Slam, slam. No pass. Blade Surge a bit late. And Dreams gets away with the AOG.
Oh, interesting. SOD right there. Possibly as a repositioning too high. Tries to escape. Is he too deep though?
Uh-oh, Lancer Flare. He does have to purify and will be able to use it. Crimson Beacon hits the wall. Now Soul Severed over to Dreams. Gobs will respect this damage. Nino walks up, gets caught in slam, pass, flicker, combo. NetherRealm to save him, but it gives Chidera more time to dish out damage.
Rin's not there. Rin can't go for the backup. They're outnumbered in that skirmish, and yet they still committed onto it. That's Beloyski on Rin's back over and over, being a constant nuisance. Is he going to be taken down?
Way to dragon, Soul Sever. Rin still able to escape with the quad shadow. Jumps back in. Shadow Kill over to Make-Kids, now jumping away. Beloyski caught very low. Rin needs one more shot. Ghost Bursters. AOG Beloyski gets out, but now it's Make-Kids who's able to blink.
And they get out.
SOD! Pin down Heiz gets the kill.
Finally, a little bit of a trade coming through from Alter Ego, but at the end of the day, it's still GEEK that picks up more of the currency.
Heiz with the high awareness right there. Just finding the SOD. And finally, Alter Ego are on the board. But that took a lot. It took GEEK fam a bit of an overextension as well as, Rin, already so low. Get out.
Ooh, he gets out. One more shot. Chidera! Looking for the play. Oh no! He tried to go for 2. He ends up with 0. Dreams all alone, isolated. Now Jane CC'd. A boy gets the kill.
And Dreams goes down. Let's pick up coming in from the side of GEEK, but Chidera has reached the point of the Holy Crystal. A bit of a power spike for him, so that damage already leading when it comes down to the gold lane matchup. It's going to start being more evident.
Shadow Kill on the Retribution. A boy bursts it down. Chidera with the synchro fish. And the Summon Force goes through the vengeance of Nino like it's nothing. Make-Kids securing the Lord for free. Heiz, tier 2 trade.
After all that, after Alter Ego distinguished themselves as the aggressive team, now they're the ones stuck playing the long game, the late game, trying to go for the split push Moskov angle. Oh boy, GEEK fam, at 10 minutes, only a 3k gold lead. By all means, it's not over just yet. You have to recall that GEEK fam don't have a lot of long-range sieging tools. They have a True Shin and they have a Harith. Alter Ego can wait for GEEK fam to make a mistake, but Beloyski, they have to make sure that the shot calling is impeccable.
This Lord is still going to be marching there in the bottom side of the map, and it looks like Heist is still looking for that far lane clear.
Uh-oh. Purify already made it out. Chidera still with some on-board jumping in. Needle gets away, barely. Look at the side lanes. They don't care about the mid lane base turret. They haven't even recalled. SOD coming down. Dreams! NetherRealm saves him for a bit. Hijume able to get that in time. Heist now jumping in, but now gets bursted down by Makekids and Chidera. Some on-force coming down as well, where the Dragon will lock Nino down. Rin gets one, but that's it.
3-4-0 trade, 3-4-1 trade for Beloyski. Rin goes back in onto Chidera.
Shadow kill, now onto Gaunt's very low. Doesn't have the quad. Shadow Makekids. Soul Sever to take him down. Qualar from Makekids, and they wipe Alter Ego out. We're going to see a game 3, baby.
For the third time of the day, ladies and gentlemen, we're going all the way to game number 3 as GEEK fam have officially equalized. What a performance by the Geeks in that game. With a lot more tools to work with, GEEK fam were able to take control over the objectives, over the kills, over the rotations. And this time it was Alter Ego that was on the back foot, fighting for scraps, looking for opportunities that just weren't there.
A literal turnaround by Alter Ego from being the aggressors, from having multiple engage tools, down to having none. And you're seeing them face the exact same problems that GEEK fam were facing in game 1. Is it a coincidence? I mean, that really was not the way they wanted that game to go. Even when they tried to go for that split push angle, there was just so much prio from GEEK fam, forcing them to actually come back from the side lanes, and at that point, it wasn't enough.
Going back to the point that we've been making the entire series, that game 1 draft was good, at least the first part of it. They got the Kacha Farsa, yeah, that can change, and that certainly did change. They got Juicin and Cho, and it was all they needed. But Alter Ego fell into the same mistake. I can't believe they punished the God of Kacha Rome and then decided in game 2, let's go God of Kacha Rome with CCXP.
Yeah, they looked at it and said, you know what, this is not all that bad.